How's it going, everyone? Chris here, and welcome back to another Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield leak discussion video. In today's video, we are actually going to be going over a bunch of new stuff which was recently leaked by Corocoro. Now, if you guys don't know what Corocoro is, basically it is this magazine over in Japan which talks about a bunch of different Nintendo related games, and they actually released a bunch of new Pokemon information, so you aren't going to need to take any of this information with a grain of salt, because Corocoro is 100% accurate, so everything that we see in today's video is going to end up being real. However, guys, before we go ahead and take a look at what Corocoro has to say, I have to tell you guys where all this information came from. So guys, all this information comes from a variety of different sources, including Cerebi.net, as well as a couple of users on Twitter. Now, you'll be able to find links to all this information in the description bar down below, so check it out there if you want to read by yourself. Now, all this information was sent in to me by one of my subscribers on my Discord server, so if you guys haven't already joined up, you can find a link to it in both the description as well as the pinned comment. And now guys, with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at all of these brand new Corocoro images. So guys, there's a bunch of new information about different Pokemon games in Corocoro, which we are going to cover a little bit later. But for now, let's go ahead and talk about the Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield information first. So this post comes from Cerebi.net, and it says, Pokemon Sword and Shield Corocoro. The first images from Corocoro have leaked, and have stated the basic information we know of Pokemon Sword and Shield, including showcasing Grookey, Scorbunny, and Sobble. However, with it, there was a note saying, wait for the follow-up from Corocoro. At present, it's not clear whether the follow-up will be in the next issue, due out on April 15th, or in future issues, but be sure to keep checking for more information. So guys, according to this Cerebi post, we do not get any new information about Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield quite yet, which does make sense considering the game was announced just about a month ago, and E3 is coming up very soon, so they're probably going to want to save a bunch of their big announcements for then. Now, I think that we are going to be getting a bunch of new information from Corocoro probably in the upcoming issue, which is going to be the May edition. Now, for those of you guys who don't know who have just started following Pokemon leaks, Corocoro has been around for a very long time. In Corocoro, usually they post pictures of the new Pokemon, give us new information and stuff like that, because once again, this is a magazine which talks a lot about the different video games, which is why people are so focused on it. This is why people really like to talk about all of the Corocoro issues, just because they do have a lot of very interesting information in them. Now, if you guys still don't understand what I mean, basically, back during the Pokemon X and Pokemon Y days, Corocoro used to show images of gameplay, and usually these would leak out a couple of days early, so we'd see a bunch of new Pokemon, new landmarks, and stuff like that, and then a couple of days later, a trailer would come out showing off all of this brand new information. However, because the Corocoro issue was leaked early, that is why we got to see all of that information before we actually saw the trailer, which is why, once again, we like to take a look at the Corocoro issues, that way we can get this information ahead of time. So guys, along with this new Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield information, we also got some new information about an event Mewtwo for Pokemon Let's Go, as well as Pokemon Evolution. So first of all, let's go ahead and talk about the free Mewtwo that you can get in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. Now, this Mewtwo is going to be a free gift, and apparently you can get it worldwide. It's going to have a CP of 10,000, so it's going to be a very strong Mewtwo. And once again, this is going to be used to promote the new Pokemon Evolutions movie. Speaking of that, along with that free Evolutions Mewtwo, we also have some new information about the movie. Now, as you guys can see on screen right now, it looks like we have a couple of new images from the movie, which looks pretty good in my opinion. I know there are a lot of mixed feelings on it, but make your own decisions, guys. If you like it, no shame in that. It does look different, but I think it's going to be very cool, considering this was one of my favorite movies. So guys, we're not going to go too in depth with this because I do have one more thing I need to talk about, so let's go ahead and move on to that. So guys, now let's go ahead and talk about the next thing that we could be seeing in the next Corocoro issue. So this post comes from 4chan, and it comes from a user named Game Freak, and it is titled Sword and Shield. It starts by saying, okay, so I just want to start off by saying I do not know everything about Sword and Shield, because I work as an intern at Game Freak, and have seen bits and pieces of Sword and Shield but haven't seen it all. But Grookey's final evolution is a grass rock type. It will have a high attack and high defense, but its HP and speed will be on the lower side. Its signature attack will be Leaf Strike. Scorbunny's final evolution is a fire and steel type. It has a high attack and speed stat and will have a signature move that is called Scorching Score, which is a fire and steel type move. Sobble's final evolution is a pure water/electric type and will have a high special attack and special defense, but it will be very slow. Its signature move is Vaporize and is a water and electric type status attack that is like a mix of Calm Mind and Protect. The starters are meant to represent the effects of human contact with nature. Team Steam will be the evil team, and they will be based in the Black Dragon City. The large building in this city will actually fly at the peak of this game. The leader of Team Steam will be a monarch woman. Team Steam wants to get rid of anything natural in the world. You first encounter them in the woods by your house. Armored Pokemon are real, but it is much like Shadow Pokemon in Pokemon XD. They will only be present in battles with NPCs. The known armored Pokemon as of now are Charizard, Lucario, Zeraora, Trevenant, Heatmor, Heatran, and almost 20 more. Gym mechanics are much different. In gym battles, you will now have the opportunity to dodge attacks, recharge a turn, and even serving stronger attacks by the more battle energy your Pokemon gains during the battle. Post-game, we will be returning to Kalos. You will take a train of Yorktown City, the Red Industrial City, to Koriway Town. You will not have access to all of Kalos though, no Elite Four. So now that we've gone over the entire post, let's go ahead and talk about everything we've already talked about so far. So, just a reminder guys, all the information that we covered from this 4chan post is not confirmed in any way. However, this might all be confirmed in the next Corocoro issue. Now, I don't think that they are going to announce the final evolutions of the starters quite yet. I feel like they're going to announce them more towards the end, maybe when it gets closer to the game's launch. However, we might get these second stages pretty soon. Usually what the Pokemon Company likes to do is they like to announce a couple of the wild Pokemon you'll encounter at the beginning of the game, such as the native bird, or maybe even like the little dog Pokemon, or like the Bidoof of the region, I don't know. Usually they don't announce anything huge. However, something that they could definitely announce in the next issue of Corocoro that I could personally see is Armored Evolutions, the evil Pokemon team, or maybe even the legendary Pokemon of the region. I have a feeling we're going to see at least one of those in the next game. Now, in terms of Team Steam, I have a feeling that is something along the lines of what's going to happen. It seems like from the trailers, as we saw, it looks like that area that we are going to be traveling through is going through an industrialization period, because we have areas that are kind of rural, and then we have other areas that are huge towers and cities, so it does seem like that would be a very good evil team. In terms of the final evolution starter Pokemon, I like all of those types. A grass rock type sounds awesome. A fire and steel type sounds amazing because I love Heatran, so getting a Scorbunny with fire and steel would be awesome. And Sobble as a water electric type, once again, just sounds absolutely fantastic, and I really do hope this does end up happening. Now, one of the things I'm a little bit confused about is that apparently Scorbunny's final evolution, being Fire Steel, has a signature move called Scorching Score, which is both a fire and steel type move. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but as of now, I don't think there are any dual type Pokemon moves, but that would be a very cool mechanic to add into this game. Now, one of the other things that I wanted to talk about are the known armored Pokemon as well as returning to Kalos. Now, for those of you guys who never played Pokemon X and Y, at the very end of the game, it was revealed that there was a great Pokemon war between the Kalos region and some other region. They never specifically said, but considering a lot of people are theorizing that it's based off the real-world events of France and Britain, people are thinking that this region is going to be the region that went to war with the Kalos region. Now, I really hope that the armored Pokemon do end up happening, because that means we are definitely going to get some kind of backstory about the Great Pokemon War. Obviously, the only reason Pokemon would be wearing armor would be if they were going to war, so it definitely does make a lot of sense. However, guys, no matter what happens, I really do hope we get to return to Kalos and at least learn more about the Great Pokemon War, just because I found that super interesting back in Pokemon X and Y. So guys, before we go, I do have to tell you guys one thing because it's pretty important, and I do like to be 100% open and honest with you guys. Now, if you guys weren't already aware, YouTube is once again going through another adpocalypse. Now, if you don't know what the adpocalypse is, basically a bunch of high dollar advertisers like Epic Games as well as Nestle are pulling their ads away from YouTube, and YouTube has been demonetizing random channels. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, YouTube is currently my job. I am a full-time college student, so this is my way of making money. So if you guys want to help me out and just give me a little extra security, if you guys could do me a huge favor and check out the description as well as the pinned comment, there you guys will find a link to my Patreon channel. You guys are already doing a ton for me just by watching this video, but if you guys want to throw me a couple extra dollars a month, I'd really appreciate it. So guys, however, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below about these leaks. What do you guys think about these leaks? Are these leaks real, and are you happy if they are? Why or why not? Thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, share, and like, and I will see you guys next time.